Hello, everybody, and welcome into Monday, August 12th, 2024. It is, as Doug Betts would say, straight up and down 10 o'clock at night. Well, as close to it as I can get anyway. Welcome into the show, Ken Style Live with the Zoom Homies with Ken Style Live. My background is how my day's been the entire day. It's been horrible. We got William, we got Rich, we got Greg who says, do not disturb me. I'm eating dinner. So, Greg, we will not disturb you.
I just finished.
Yep, sure you did. Mm-hmm.
John
We got
Williams
Sam,
said, "Hey
we got
Ken."
Jeff, we got Ghetto, and we got Darren Gilholm. Hello, everybody. Boy, just hold the volume down. That was
One Fish
entirely
26 said,
overwhelming.
"Hey Ken."
Hello, John. Hello, Sam. Hello,
Tony
Greg, who
Wallow
was first.
said normal, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Wallow said, hello, Greg Kai.
there's that voice. I actually like that one for Greg. I did record a lot today off the internet. I actually tried to do something.
Wintermute said, "Hey Ken."
Hello, Wintermute. Thank you for being here. I tried to do something in DaVinci tonight, and I must not be riding a bicycle because I couldn't.
John Williams said, "Mrs. K."
I threw in the towel and went with
Tony
what I
Wallow
had.
said, hello, Greg
We'll see
Kai.
how it goes. Just got really frustrated.
One
Why
Fish
was your
26
day- it
said,
just-
why was your day like a nuclear weapon going off?
Well, it's a bomb, but we slept until about 1:15. I did set an alarm. My intention was to get up and cover for Doug at noon. That didn't happen. I don't know if she turned the alarm off or what, but 1:15 we got up and I thought, yeah, I'm not going to do that now. And then I watched a couple things. And then Jim did a live stream, and then I did an upload showing Jim how to schedule a live stream. Hopefully he gets to watch that. I'm still waiting to hear back from Jim. I did shoot him something a bit ago. It's just been a typical Monday. It's just nothing bad, nothing to worry about. Wow, wait a minute. Now that one should have not been that size. That should have been full screen. Clocks look okay, but I got Zoom full size on my 22-inch monitor, so that is good. Yeah, Mondays. I'm not real fond of Mondays anyway. She's at work tonight, and we discussed it. She's probably only going to work her scheduled days this week, which is Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. We're going to go down to the DMV on Wednesday morning. That's just going to be fun. Can't wait for that. We are going to play golf tomorrow afternoon. Don't know what time, don't know where, or with who yet. So that's my day in a nutshell. Yep, Wintermute says, ouch, I see you have a video on it. Yep. No pun intended, but I would not want to be in your shoe.
Tony Wallow said, "Subscribe."
Thank you, Tony. I did see a couple people a while. I just got an ad on Mrs. K's, but not on mine. I did get another couple Google
John
ads
Williams
this
said,
afternoon
"Wonka Wonka Wonka."
while I was watching, not Jim, but one out of the Philippines, believe it or not. Of course, I don't think Jim has ads enabled yet either, so that would make sense. A lot of the people I watch that have ads enabled, I don't get ads on, which is kind of nice. I was going to say something else too real quick. I forgot what it was. Oh, it'll come back to me. Hopefully, it will come back.
I got a lot done.
July 18th, 2024. Good morning. It is.
Really? I didn't see any kind of post that you did anything today. Are you sure?
I was so busy, I didn't have time.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Got a good night's sleep. Got up about 10:30. Had some coffee, soda, and went outside. I said, I'm going to cut the weeds in the front. I did the left side, then I did the right side, took a short break, and then I got pissed off looking at the kid next door who never cuts his weeds. So I grabbed his lawnmower, put some gas in it, fired it up, cut his lawn in the front, edged everything up, and then blew it all down. and I sprayed some weeds.
You did
And I
have a,
cleaned out his junk pile by his garbage can. He had a whole bunch of shit in there. I had to take my shovel and dig it
Now-
all out.
how old is this guy?
About 26, I'd say.
Oh, buying or renting, or does he live with mom and dad?
It's his grandmother's house.
Oh, okay. I probably would have never gotten that far down the line to figure that out, but all right.
She got married to a guy across the street. Then they sold that house across the street. And then they bought another house about 5 miles from here. So
Tony Wallow said weed cooloo.
looks a hell of a lot nicer, even though it's weeds.
Don't you have an HOA there?
Yeah.
Do they not enforce? I'm quite sure they want you to keep your grounds kept, don't they?
Yeah.
Don't they ever say anything? Putting in, I mean, not that it probably did. I mean, I kind of look at myself when I get the notice, mow your lawn, in the trash it goes. So,
And I put out my trash cans and 3 big bags of branches from that Christmas tree that I cut down.
you can't burn stuff there in Maryland?
Nah, it's too dry.
Oh, is it? All right. Yeah, we need water here. I mean, man, the ground is so doggone hard. My grass doesn't need cut. Maybe I think next week we've got rain planned. I'm not about to water it. It's turning brown in a couple places, but that's fine. We're getting to the end of September. I wish it was September. So we'll be here. Winter will be here before we know it.
You mean that email I sent to your HOA hasn't done any damn good?
Let me demonstrate how I handle the notices I get from the HOA. Hang on. Let me make sure this is perfectly clear here. HOA notice filed. Duly noted.
I haven't gotten anything official this year, but somebody, and I think it was their guy that drives through, turned me into the water district for water waste.
Really?
There's a little dab, just the way the sidewalk slopes and everything. When I water the grass, a little bit drips in the street. I adjusted one sprinkler head the best I could. I called the water district. The guy said, don't worry about it. It wasn't one of our guys. So.
Yeah, I listened to a pretty good thing on, I think it was YouTube, about a guy that inherited an apartment complex legally from his uncle. His uncle passed away and he willed it to him upon his passing. And there was a woman that lived in the apartment complex that thought she somehow was going to take over ownership of the building. So much to the point where she went out and hired someone to do up purchasing papers of the building, which were fake, by the way. And how she got caught was she called the police on the real owner, saying there was a guy that had been homesteading there, or what's it called when you live somewhere where you're not supposed to? Not homesteading. Squatting. Yes, thank you, Greg.
Yeah.
He was squatting there, and she was the rightful owner, and she wanted him out, and this and that and the other. And when he came up, she goes, there he is. And the police asked him what was going on. He said, well, I'm so-and-so, and I own the building, and I have the paperwork to prove it. Let me go to my office and get it. And she said, no, don't let him go. He'll destroy all the evidence. So the police escorted him in. They went out. She got arrested for a multitude of things. It was not that you couldn't see that coming, because you could. You absolutely could see this was going to happen. He was like, on my right hand, I'm relatively relieved, but on the left hand, it was really pitifully sad. The links people will go to try to get something accomplished. And he referred to her constantly as Karen.
Yeah, well, the sad thing is there's a lot of property theft going on. Somebody will go down and file fake paperwork with the county that they sold your property. There are actually services that you can subscribe to watch for that sort of thing.
Yeah, I knock on wood, have been lucky. We have not ever had anything like that happen, because you're right. There's an awful lot of that going around. Been a couple of years ago.
You would think when somebody files something new like that, the county would check on it, but they've got so much paperwork they don't.
Yeah. You would think but I think the ones that get me is the people that are squatters, illegally in the home, and they refuse to leave, so they contact the sheriff to get them evicted, and it ends up in court, and the courts rule in favor of the squatters and say, no, they have a legal right to be there. That's what blows my mind. I don't know how anybody in their right mind could say someone that's not paying the mortgage, not paying rent, moved in illegally.
You got to go through a whole big civil process to get squatters out sometimes. A few folks have found creative ways to do that, and it depends on the laws where you live. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we were lucky. The first house we owned out here in Las Vegas was out just little ways west of Summerlin Hospital, about 2 blocks.
Okay.
And it sat empty for 2 years when we moved to South Carolina, and not very much happened. Somebody broke the lock on a gate that went back to where the pool was, and I had to get that fixed before some kid drowned.
Right.
And there was apparently one attempt to break into the house. There were some scratch marks around the door or something, but we were lucky. Nothing happened significantly.
Yeah, when we moved to Illinois, the lady that bought our house, for whatever the reason, chose not to take and move in immediately. I mean, we sold the house. It was all done. We got our proceeds. It was out of our concern, so to speak. My friend kept calling me every other day telling me, people tried to break into your house again. People tried to break into your house again. I was like, Rusty, it's not my house. This lady bought it. It's her concern. Well, she hasn't moved in yet. Rusty, it's not my house.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I was fortunate in a sense. We had, I had a guy who serviced the swimming pool. I had to keep that up, and I had a guy who looked after our landscape. Because at the time, we thought maybe we would come back to it when I quit work. But I got laid off before I was expected to by about 4 years. And then I couldn't make the mortgage payment there and pay rent where we were without a job. I mean, so we ended up selling it. And I mean, it's not a house I would want back, because it has a pool that needs looking after, and it's in an HOA that's fairly strict about things. But I had the pool guy was going in, the landscapers were there regularly, and my heating and air conditioning guy was there to check on that stuff. So I had folks who showed up there every once in a while.
Right, which was good.
Oh, yeah. But there was actually no one living there, though, although when we did come back, we would just bring something soft. We would sleep on the floor there rather than pay money to stay in a motel.
Right. Yeah, that's the one thing we didn't do when we were in Vegas. There was 2 things we wanted to do. One is we wanted to go by and see the Sphere. We didn't. And the other one was we kind of wanted to drive by the old neighborhood just to see what the old neighborhood looked like. But then we thought, nah, why do that?
I mean, I've gone by my old house very rarely. Grandkids said, "Where did you used to live, Grandpa?" And that sort of thing,
Yeah.
So.
Hello, Jeff Pearl. That looks like he might be frozen already. Jeff, if you can hear me, put a 1 up. Jeff is here. Oh, yeah, wait, there's 2 Jeffs. My bad.
No. Oh, there he goes.
He was frozen. He
Yeah.
clearly was frozen. That's why I said that. That's got to be so frustrating. Seriously. I mean, I went through
think
something
he needs
tonight.
to RMA that thing personally.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I had some issues with DaVinci earlier tonight that I actually did shut DaVinci down once. I never restarted the computer. I probably should have. But things that I can literally do, like what I showed you last night, I breezed through that with no problem. I tried doing something similar today, and I could not get it to work at all. And I showed it to Mrs. K that last night, and I said, this is what I was talking about earlier. And she goes, oh, yeah, that's pretty neat. So that project's going to move forward. May reach out for a little bit of help on it as well. I'm not sure yet. Trying to build a rapport up with a couple people so that if I get into a jam, well, there he is. Hi, Jeff. Can you wave so we know it's actually you? By the way, let's get it. You know, I need to devise a Jeff Pearl tote board, and every time you freeze up, put a 1.
You're gonna run out of ink.
It's virtual. I don't think that'll ever run out. That's gotta be so frustrating. We got a lot of ones going on in chat right now, so you're catching on to it.
Tony Wallow said 1.
Did anybody watch Rick's video today?
A lot of us watched. Is your camera broken? I'm hearing a funny voice.
No, my camera's not broken.
Well, maybe you should turn it on.
Tony Wallow said
I knew you were
Wonka
going to say
Wonka
that, so I
Wonka.
was avoiding saying something.
You remind me so much of my wife that it's just not even funny.
See me? Here I'm going.
Oh, you're on your phone. I see. That's the problem. Got a computer sitting there. It's got a perfectly capably good workable camera and microphone, and you choose to join your phone. Just out of curiosity, Ghetto, are you on your phone or are you on the computer?
I'm on the computer.
Okay. Just wondered.
I put my screen out the other night and I needed help putting it back in.
Run that by me in English. You did what to your screen?
I accidentally put the screen out of my window.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I couldn't put them back in.
Did you get them put back in?
Yeah.
How did you accidentally manage to do that? That don't sound like something you would do accidentally.
It's Ghetto.
Tony Wallow said many monitors, ooh.
Yeah.
But really, did anybody watch Rick's video?
We answered that already, yes. I believe pretty much everybody here watched Rick's video.
I didn't watch it.
Except Ghetto. Is there a point to asking twice why or if anyone watched?
No, I was just wondering.
Oh, here, let me ask you $1 million question. Did you watch Jim's live stream today?
Yes, yeah, I did. I caught it at the very end, but I did.
I watched all of it.
I watched all of it too. You caught the very end.
I caught it when it was live. I caught it at the point where he had just finished installing everything and was just fixing to turn it on.
In the case or when it was out of the case?
In the case.
Well, that doesn't constitute watching it. You missed a whole bunch before that. Have you watched the whole thing yet?
I have not.
Tony Wallow said, I'm from India. Ooh.
Tony. Oh, mercy.
Yeah, I was both on there.
So, you got me wondering about something. When I ask you, did you watch my stream today? And you say yes. Did you watch the last 10 seconds? Did you watch the last minute? What are we talking about here?
I may have clicked on it for once. I may have clicked on it for like 5 seconds, and he clicked off of it.
Somebody remind me again why I said I would not put Alex in the waiting room while we're on a live stream.
I don't know, but do it.
No, I can't do that. I can make a co-host though.
Tony
I never
Wallow
said the
said
co-host
Wonka
couldn't
Wonka
do
Wonka.
it. Oh, mercy. Yeah, I watched Jim and I uploaded something. Hopefully Jim gets to see it and hopefully he'll watch it a couple times and be able to schedule a stream in the future. He did have one guy that was giving him quite a hard time. I admittedly will tell you, I had to take Mrs. K to work. I paused the video when I walked out the door. I watched the rest of it by unpausing the video, Alex. When I got back, I watched it from the beginning to the end. Probably a good...
There was a guy on Jim's video getting a little sarcastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was kind of a troll, I figured.
Yeah.
He didn't rise to the bait, though. He just ignored him.
Yep. Well, he took care of it. I don't know if you guys watched it to the very end till it actually went away, but he took care of that problem.
Okay, I clicked off maybe 10 or 20 seconds before the end. So what?
No.
Who wants to follow you?
So did he respond to him in some way, or just block him, or what?
Yes. Both.
Okay.
He made a comment and then that was it. The guy was gone.
Yep.
Jim's choice, by the way, not the guy's choice. And like I said a while ago when we were talking on those of us that were here earlier, I thought about doing that myself, but I don't know how Jim feels about it. You know.
Yeah, I think you're the only moderator I saw on there.
And apparently Mrs. K's not forgot to look at the clock because she just sent me a message. So I'm going to try to pretend like I'm not answering it, but I am going to answer it. The message makes no sense to me, so I will have to deal with this. I'll give her a one-word answer. Streaming. She'll question it. You should make a liar command. No, we're good. Now that doesn't mean it cannot. I was about to say a double negative. Cannot not. Isn't that a double negative?
Tony Wallow said Wonka Wonka Wonka.
Man, it's scary. I'm starting to remember things from school. Can't remember Da Vinci, but
childhood.
I guess. Well, that'd be all right. That'd be all right. In certain respects, but I kid you not. Literally what I showed you last night, Greg wasn't here, so I took advantage of it. I could not remember how to do that this afternoon. And I had to shut the camera off, turn the audio off because I was kind of frustrated. And finally just went back and said, you know what? It's going to have to be good the way that it is. I watched it. It's okay. It's not my best work. It's not my worst work.
I've been here all day.
Right, Sean.
You should have called or texted.
I believe I sent you a text and said I haven't heard from you all day. Hope that everything's okay. Did I or did I not send that text?
You did.
Thank you.
I was referring to what you were working on, though. What you were talking about. You were working on.
I've been working on something pretty much since about 2:30 this afternoon, off and on. I've got one project that's going to take me a good week, if not longer, to do. Because as I figure out one part of it, to move on to the next part, and it's always something screws up the first part of it. So, challenging but frustrating. Let's just put it that way. Very frustrating at times. Sean's going to join us on Zoom. He's been busy setting up full desktops, selling and setting up. That seems to be the theme of the day. Okay, I just got an answer. I'll have to go look at that in a minute. We got 6 minutes. Anybody got anything? I am going to put the avatar on real briefly. And this one's kind of an important message I need to answer. need to ask. I need to, yeah. I should stop while I'm ahead.
You'll never be ahead.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. There, I'm back.
What's
That
up,
was
Pa? What's up, Pa?
Oh no, he's on a phone call.
and he did mute himself. That's I don't know how I'm going to get him to understand to mute when he gets a phone call.
Well, you do the normal here when you're not in there, when you're not on. You can't even get him off.
Sean, yeah, that's very true. Very true. Well, if nobody's got anything, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up about 5 minutes early.
That's good.
Get this done and over with. If you're going to join us on Zoom, it's over there on the email. Send me an email. And we will see a few of you like we do every night. I want to thank William Rich. I don't know, William's name's pretty hard. William. Bill, Rich, Greg, Sam, Jeff. One of the Jeffs seems to have disappeared. Ghetto, Alex, and Darren. Thank you,
윈터뮤트 세드
gentlemen.
굿바이 캔.
All right, Rick, we'll see you in a little bit. And Wintermute and Tony and whoever else decides to join us. 3, 2,